Hey guys, Kinsey here, and today I am joined by the wonderful Circuits and Coffee,
Woo.
Anna.
Hello.
Because today this might end up being a new series. Well, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe, yeah. So Kinsey's Tasting Room, and today I obviously brought Anna here because we're doing a whole series of coffee-infused beers. So this video is going to be all about the beer. And to jump right in, our first one is Son of a Baptist Coffee Stout with cacao nibs. Cacao! Such a fun word. And this is by Epic Brewing Company, which is in Salt Lake City, Utah. Remembering.
Yes.
And some of the stats on it is it's a stout and it's 8% alcohol by volume, so should be hopefully a good one.
Yeah.
Cacao nibs made with local coffee. Oh, this one does have a cool story.
Woo!
Because obviously we're in Seattle. Epic Brewing is in Salt Lake City, so it's not a local beer company. But what they're doing is they're making a special version of Son of the Baptist for each of their big beer markets, and they're using a local coffee roaster that's local to wherever it is. So ours is Seattle, and this is with conduit coffee.
That's awesome. That's really cool of them to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it means that they have 12 different versions because it's in different markets. So that's so cool.
Yeah, and you can even go on their website and you can see each of the coffee roaster that they used in each of the cities. It's pretty awesome.
But does it taste awesome?
Oh, let's see. I say now to the important part.
Woo!
So it's nice and dark,
Yes.
as a stout should probably be.
Yeah, it checks out. That's really smooth.
Very smooth.
That's good. And the coffee taste comes through. And it's surprisingly light for a stout. It's not too heavy. So as you can see, it's a really sunny day here today. So I could drink this today.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
And normally, it's kind of weird to be tasting a stout in, the sunshine, because that sounds kind of terrible. But it was also so nice out today that we couldn't say no.
No.
But this is, a really light flavored stout.
Yeah.
It's almost like a heavy flavored porter.
Yeah, that I think I would agree with that. I like these cups too. It makes it short and stout.
But yeah, they do a really good job of letting the coffee kind of come through, but still having that roasty, stout flavor.
Yeah. Yeah, I think anyone, whether you like coffee or not, would enjoy this because I don't feel like the coffee is there, definitely, but it's not bam in your face. It's still a really nice, even balance between the beer taste and the coffee taste.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, and next up we have a brown ale. And one thing I should probably mention is that most coffee beers, when you think of coffee beers, you think of stouts and porters. It's kind of all the dark beers. But I've tried really hard to organize this group of beers to only contain one stout. One stout!
It's amazing.
Pretty
They said
much
it couldn't be done, but she did it.
All right, so next we have a brown.
Woo.
And that is the Founders Sumatra Mountain Brown. And Founders is a big deal to a lot of my Midwest friends. This is from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
All right.
Imagine living there. To say it all the time.
Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids. It's probably not a water ride. It's a place.
Yeah, maybe it's both.
I hope it's both. Anyways, so Founders Brewing just started doing their distribution to the Pacific Northwest. And a lot of my Midwest friends were really excited about it. And not being from there, I didn't know the hype or whatever. So it's about time I tried some Founders. All right, so Sumatra Mountain Brown, and it says it's an imperial brown ale brewed with Sumatra coffee. And apparently that's a kind of coffee from Sumatra.
We'll go with that. Go with that.
Sounds good. It's 9% alcohol, so it's definitely an imperial.
Yes.
40 IBUs, and IBUs is the International Bitterness Unit. Some people say that it matters, some people say it doesn't matter, but it kind of gives you a nice idea of where it falls, especially if you're I don't like hoppy beers.
Yeah.
Maybe try to stay below 60, 70. So 40 is not really bitter. So
That's good for me.
yeah. So we'll see how it goes. So it's very brown for this brown ale.
It is. It has a nice body.
Ooh, so
Ooh.
hot.
Or maybe so hop.
Oh. But it's a brown ale. No.
Oh. The joke doesn't work.
It smells like coffee.
Yes, it does. Huh.
Tastes like coffee.
Yeah.
But it has a little bit more of a bitterness cut than the stout did, I think.
It does.
And it's a lot more carbonated.
Yes, it's very... Fizzy beer is always interesting. I think. Bubbles, my bubbles. No, it's interesting because I feel like this is very smooth, but because of the carbonation, it has that like attack on your taste buds, but then it mellows out.
Makes me wish I knew more about Sumatra coffee because I feel like I can taste these flavors that I'm not entirely sure how to describe. It's very coffee, almost maybe chocolate, maybe not. Maybe more like, actually, I got it.
Whoa.
It's like cedar notes,
What?
I think.
Cedar notes.
Cedar notes. Tastes like wood.
Would you look at that? I'll show myself out. Yeah, I could see that.
Or like earthy notes. I don't know. I'm not very good at describing beer, which is funny because I love it and I do beer reviews, but...
Yeah, I feel like the more I drink it, the more bitter it becomes.
Mhm.
Like, the first couple of times I'm like, yeah, this is, the carbonation attacks, but then it smooths out. But as I drink it, it definitely, I taste the bitterness, even though this is on the lower end of that bitter spectrum.
Yeah, it's the bitterness is surprisingly forward.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, according to the scale, it's not that bitter, but it's there. But it's not like in a bad way. I guess bitter, sometimes people automatically associate with that with like a negative thing.
Yeah,
But-
some people like it.
I think it's pretty good though. I like it because it's a little bit lighter than the stout. And especially, it's probably because we're sitting in the sunshine. But so it
Might have
helps.
something to do with it.
But
Yeah.
I think brown ales are a underappreciated style.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of them that I've had are kind of bland in a way, and they have to be done right, I think. And so a lot of people just don't even think about, like, oh, there's a brown ale on tap, I'll get that.
Yeah, and they definitely packed flavor into this. I mean, I can definitely taste the coffee. It's very nice. Has that kind of malt accent to it. I can call it an accent.
Yeah,
I'll call
I
it an
think so.
accent. So yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I think so far, I think I still like the porter better. But this, I mean, not bad for a brown.
Yeah, I think the first one's still better. And at the very end, we'll have all of our favorites.
Yes.
But if it helps, they have actually a nice description of it on the back of the bottle. And one thing I've learned about craft beer is take a chance to look at the bottle. Sometimes there's a lot more information there than you think that there's gonna be.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they always have the alcohol content, well, because it's like the law. And a lot of them will have IBUs. Some of them will have what hops they used or what malts they used. So this one says, this bold brown ale gets its body. See, we were right. Gets its body from a team of malts, including caramel malt for sweetness, flaked barley for dense foam, and a bit of chocolate malt for color. And it's using aromatic and Munich malts for an added depth. So,
Of
all right.
course. I totally
course.
tasted all of those things.
And rich Sumatra coffee takes this perfectly balanced brown ale to a decadent level.
Woo! So pinkies up.
Decadent brown. So next up, we actually have a kind of deviation from the dark beers. And we have a coffee-infused pale ale, and that's from Rooftop Brewing, and it's called Ladro Sul Tetto. Woo!
And we're on a rooftop.
And we're on a rooftop!
so, yes, perfect.
But yeah, kind of what I said before, like I was really hoping to just get not a bunch of stouts, so I'm
Yes.
excited for a pale. This is by Rooftop Brewing. It's based in Seattle. It's an awesome brewery. They do a lot of like really fun coffee infusions. And this one is a collaboration with Cafe Ladro,
So good.
which is like a local cafe roastery thing. Is it called a roastery? Roasters? Cafe Ladro Roasters?
They roast their own coffee, I believe, and they also have their own cafes. So I guess it's both.
Because I thought, I'm pretty sure they did. Because you can like buy
you
their
can buy
like,
their
coffee.
beans.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're all very good.
Yes.
So let's see how their very good coffee, that's all Seattle and wonderful and great, goes with a Seattle brewery that's also Seattle and wonderful and great.
Yes. Let's try this out. Cheers.
Ooh. Smells like coffee.
Oh, that's very citrusy. Dang.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of a cool pairing because it has like the citrus notes, probably from the hops, and like a floral, the aroma's a little bit more floral. Yeah. But the coffee still shines through.
Yeah, that's very interesting because some coffees definitely, especially if you have it iced, they can really shine those citrus notes. Coffee, just like beer, has all different tasting spectrums. And so I feel like whatever roast that this is using is probably also on the citrus side. Mm-hmm. And so I think it complements this beer very well.
Yeah, I completely agree. This is actually really good. And I think, if I remember correctly, when I read about this beer, these beans are from Papua New Guinea, which that could account for some of the more tropical fruit kind of notes. Because sometimes, like, I'm going way out of my element. It might taste like that because of where it's from.
Yes, that's not a bad conclusion to draw. I mean, I don't think you're so, out in left field to draw that type of conclusion. I think you're right on. Right on.
But a coffee pale is super nice because you can still get that nice coffee flavors, but it's really light on the flavor.
Yeah. It's not. If you don't drink a ton of coffee, I don't know if you would know that this is a coffee beer.
Mm-hmm. It might just be like more citrusy, but with like roasted malt kind of flavors.
Yeah, but if you're super into coffee, I think you would find this beer really interesting on how well it pairs with those citrus notes. Like, I might have to go out and get this one. This is really good.
Limited edition.
Oh man! Of course.
They always are, aren't they?
Why you gotta be like that?
But it's really good. If you see like a coffee pale or coffee golden or something weird like that on tap or at your local bottle shop, give it a try. Because it might sound like a weird combination, but this pairs so well together.
Yeah, it really does. Good choice.
Thank you. It was a last addition to the roster. Like, I had 3 beers set up for this.
Yeah.
And last night, I went to Rooftop Brewing.
Last night.
And, like, when I think of coffee beers, I think of Rooftop Brewing. But they're kind of small, so they don't really, like, bottle and distribute a whole lot. But I was at their tap room, and they had 22s on sale of a coffee beer. And I was like, this is, like,
it was meant to be.
This is fate. This is amazing.
Yeah, totally. You definitely smell the coffee notes on this one. You don't taste it as much as you smell it, but it's all there. It's all good.
I want to smell it again, but I drank it all. So I think this one's a win. All right, and for our last beer, we're gonna do an IPA. What? A coffee IPA? This is insanity, I know. But this is the Hotbox Coffee IPA, which is brewed and canned. Good thing they can their own beers, I guess. That's cool. By Oskar Blues. And Oskar Blues Brewery is from Colorado. I'm sure it's great. Their can is really entertaining, actually, because it has, like, it's called Hotbox because that's, like, the roastery that it's from. It's not a cannabis beer, which I was, like, sort of hoping for, but it's not.
Yeah, their can is like reading the back of a cereal box. There's just so many good lines on this that you can drink it and have lots of entertainment right here.
Basically, it says like wake and roast, which adds even more to that. I thought it was beer, coffee, cannabis. It's not.
Yeah. Turn your head and coffee.
The best. This is the best can.
Yeah, it's so good.
Maybe it's because we've also we're 4 beers deep now.
That has nothing to do with it.
But of course, no. This is a very professional beer tasting programming.
We're professionals here.
So, Hotbox Coffee IPA, brewed by Oskar Blues Brewery from Colorado. It's an IPA. Let's go for it. Woo. It smells like an IPA.
It certainly does.
Yeah. I actually don't really get a lot of coffee.
No. Not on the nose palate, but maybe on our tasting palate we will. No.
It tastes a lot like a hop forward IPA. It almost has a little bit of that like more like wet hop, dare I say dank taste. But apparently, so I just learned that dank means cool now with the kids.
It's hella dank.
It's hella dank.
Yeah. That beer is dank.
I just totally aged myself. I'm like, the kids say that's a good thing now.
You know, there's a side tangent. There's a Reddit forum that's Hey You Kids that's based on a Portlandia sketch where it's all about like adults trying to come down to like cool kid talk. So I feel like this would be one of them. Like, this beer is dank. We might appear on that Reddit forum after this video.
Let's hope.
That's all we can hope for, or hop for.
Yeah. But I don't taste actually a lot of coffee.
I taste none. I taste the hop. And honestly, like, if you like hops, I don't quite know how to explain this because it's not bitter, but you just taste the flavor of the hops.
Yeah.
It doesn't attack your palate at all. It's very smooth. It's a smooth, hoppy taste.
Yeah, I was actually wondering if they had the IBUs on here, because this isn't a super bitter IPA. It's actually, as far as an IPA goes, it's kind of mild.
Yeah, like personally, I don't like very hoppy beers in general, and I don't like bitter beers, so this is more like being able to enjoy the flavor of hops without that attack on your palate, which is very interesting, but I would have no idea that this had coffee in it.
Yeah. Me neither, actually.
Yeah.
7.2% alcohol by volume. That's pretty high up there, but it also doesn't taste super alcoholic either.
No.
It just tastes like a kind of, I hate to dare I say it, standard IPA. That's what it tastes like.
Yeah, it's like if you're looking for the flavor of hops, very blandly, I guess, is what this does. So if you like that, if you want to explore that flavor, then I would say get this. It's not bad, but I would say it's not very successful at what it's advertising.
Yeah, I would completely agree. And I'm trying so hard to taste the coffee. And I should say too, even though this is our last beer, we have been attempting to cleanse our palate between every beer.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's influenced this. It's completely possible that it is.
Possible.
But
anything is possible.
But
yeah,
I don't smell coffee. I don't really taste coffee either.
No, I don't taste it either. Which is a shame because there's so many, like, turn your head in coffee IPA, Hotbox roasters, there's cold brew coffee added. I mean, it really advertises that there's going to be coffee present in this beer. And I think the hops just take over.
Yeah, that's probably what it is actually.
Yeah.
Just maybe a coffee pale works great, but maybe not something stronger like a coffee IPA.
Yeah, maybe the IPA is too competing with the coffee taste.
I want to taste it. I really do.
We want this to happen.
Maybe they just used all their marketing budget on the can.
It's a great can.
Yeah, it's a great can.
It's a great can. Yeah, and I dig the puns. I'm all about that.
It's still not bad. I just wish I tasted the coffee.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like, I'm not someone who likes IPAs, but this, like, I could actually see myself drinking a full can of this. This isn't terrible. I don't know why.
That's a solid review. Hey, guess what,
not
guys?
Not terrible.
This is not terrible. Cheers!
Oh, man. It's weird. It's so weird that it's just hop-flavored. Hop-flavored beer. That's what this is. I don't know why I thought I would get it from the can.
Still don't?
No. Good try. Was it a good try? There's not even a little bit of coffee. I wonder, okay, so I wonder, serious talk here. Cold brew coffee is obviously cold, it's iced. That makes the coffee flavor a little, depending on what roast you use, a little bit more mild. So I wonder if maybe adding cold brew to beer just isn't a successful medium. I wonder if you just need that roasted taste in order to get the coffee flavor to come through.
Oh, that's entirely possible. So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, I really like cold brew coffee.
Yeah, I do too. It's
So-
really good.
I don't know. It's not a win, but it's not the worst.
And that's our review of the beer.
All right, so that is all 4 of our coffee flavored, infused, whatever beers for our number 1 of Kinsey's tasting room. Woo! All right, so now it's time to pick some favorites, and I'm pretty sure we agree, kind of 100%.
I think so.
So let's start with our runner-up.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that is going to be, I know the answer to this. Son of a Baptist.
Son of a Baptist.
I mean, what the heck? This was really good. This was This was surprising. Like, I mean, I didn't think I'd like a stout as much as I did this, especially in the summertime. I think
Yeah.
In the wintertime, you're more open to stouts, but for it being hot out, this is a really good stout. It's light. It has that coffee taste that comes through. It was overall very pleasant to drink.
Yeah, I completely agree. The coffee flavor comes through wonderfully, especially matched with the stout. The stout is not too, I guess, heavy and stouty. It's not too stouty.
It's not too heavy stouty.
Yeah.
It finds a really good balance if you're looking for something when it's a little bit warmer out and you don't want to just be so bogged down by the thickness and weight of a typical stout. This is the one you want to go with. The coffee stout with cacao nibs.
Cacao!
From Son of a Baptist. I mean, that's such a fun name to say. And it was a fun beer to drink.
It was very fun. I think it definitely is deserving of our runner-up slot.
I would agree.
All right, and our number 1 favorite coffee beer of all of these beers is Rooftop Brewing.
Yeah. It's not just because we're on a rooftop.
It's not just because we're on. It might be a little, but it's not just because we're on a rooftop.
Yeah.
But Rooftop Brewing, Ladro Sul Tetto. I hope that's right.
It's
It
right.
sounds pretty good.
It sounds really good.
Local to Seattle. Maybe we're a little bit biased, but Seattle's amazing. Cafe Ladro, also local to Seattle, is also amazing. And this coffee-infused pale ale is so good.
You could literally drink this all day. It is so light, it's bright and citrusy, it really matches this really nice sunny day. And the flavor is just so good in it. Like, I mean, why wouldn't you pick this as the number 1?
This blew me away. Like, I mean, a coffee pale ale, does that sound good? I mean, I don't even know. Like, that sounds weird.
Do you think it's a shot in the dark?
I think so.
Yeah.
But this beer is excellent. And I think this is definitely 100% no thoughts about it. Well, a lot of thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, I
No
liked
regrets about it.
Yeah, I liked it a whole latte.
Have I ever told you that you're like my favorite? So yes, Rooftop Brewing, Ladro Sul Tetto, coffee infused pale ale, definitely number 1 choice
Number
for
1.
this first episode of Kinsey's Tasting Room.
Yes.
And yeah, so where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me on my own YouTube channel, Circuits and Coffee.
And then of course Twitter and all the other things.
Yes. On Twitter at circuits_coffee and just like Circuits and Coffee everywhere else. Instagram, Facebook, you know it.
And I'll have all this in the video description as well. And of course you can find me at KinsZilla on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And thank you so much for subscribing and thanks for watching. Thank you.